Hi everyone, today I'm going to demonstrate on how to put together scuba dive gear before you would go on a dive. First, you're going to need a BCD. A BCD is a buoyancy controlled device. On the BCD, there is a Velcro strap which connects to the air cylinder. There's also a overpressure relief valve which lets out pressure if there's too much in the BCD. Next, you have a large inflation-deflation hose, which you can use to inflate or deflate the BCD to help control your buoyancy. There's also a low-pressure mechanism, and you connect that to the regulator's low inflation mechanism, and that allows air to come in through the air tank to inflate the BCD. And also, the BCD is like a backpack. It harnesses you in. There's straps that connect, so you can't slip out of it. My BCD also has weight pouches right here, so you can just slide weight into the BCD, and that is another thing that helps control your buoyancy and keeping you down. I use the weight pouches rather than a weight belt just because it's more comfortable, but it's whatever you would prefer. Next, you're going to need a cylinder. Here I have a 63 cubic inch air cylinder that holds 3,000 psi. The cylinder is what supplies the air, and you need to always make sure there's an O-ring or you cannot set up equipment properly. Next, you will need a regulator. On the regulator, there's a first stage right here, and that connects to the air cylinder that lets the air come in so you can breathe. The second stage, which is the mouthpiece, you also have that low pressure inflation mechanism hose that connects to the BCD. And then you have a pressure gauge. On the pressure gauge, it allows you to see how much air you have left to breathe in. It shows you at what depth you are diving at the certain time you're at. And then it also has a compass so you do not get lost underwater. Then you're going to need a mask and snorkel, dive boots, weight, gloves to protect your hands, and then fins, and then you need a wetsuit. First, we always want to start putting our BC together. You would slide the BCD over the cylinder, and then you want to strap it in to make sure it is tightly on. Next, you want to open up the air cylinder because you want to let out some air to remove all the excess dust, but you also want to make sure you have that O-ring. So you just let it open for half a second, not too long, and then that would remove everything. So then you take the BCD and you keep it between your legs like this. You want to remove the dust cap from the first stage on the regulator. And then you always want to make sure the mouthpiece is leading to the right. So you would put this on. It has a nice little O. That O-ring is inside, and that connects to the O-ring. You want to put it on securely. And you want to screw it on until it is finger tight. You want to make sure you have no leakage coming from the air in your air supply. It's really bad if you do. You want to plug the low pressure mechanism into the regulator, or into the BCD's low pressure mechanism. Okay. And then you're all ready. You're all set. Next, you want to put on everything. So first you put on the wetsuit, which right now I have a 3mm wetsuit on. Then you would put on your dive boots. Always when putting on your mask, you want to make sure it's like around your neck, not on top of your head, because these fall off really easy and then you'd have to dive down and try and find it. You want to put your weight pouches into the BCD, and then you put on your gloves, and then you'd hoist this up, put it on your back, strap it to you, make sure it's all secure. You're going to carry your fins into the water with you, and you always want to put these on last for safety reasons. They're really easy to trip over when you're walking on land with them, and it's really dangerous because you have this large mass weight on your back. So then you'd get into the water, you'd put your mask on, the air into your mouth, you'd lean back, make sure your BCD is inflated, you'd put on your fins, and then you would deflate the BCD, and that will allow you to sink underwater, and then you're all ready to go on your dive. Thank you for watching.